Hallo, Servus. My name is Miki. Mein Name is Miki. And I'm here to teach you some Austrian dialect. So I think everyone who studied German before and then got to Austria realized what is this? I don't understand anything, basically what those people are saying. And also there are some Germans who come to Austria and then they're really struggling, although it's their mother tongue, with understanding us. So if you just moved to Austria or you're going there on a vacation, this video is for you, and I'm going to teach you the basic greetings because that's like what you begin with in the language, right? All right, so let's get started. So the first greeting I want to teach you is Servus. Servus means literally I'm your slave, because it's derived from Latin, and I think it says a lot about Austrian mentality. If you greet someone with Servus, which means I'm your slave. And yes, because we like to sweet talk our way to success. And also people say Hallo, of course, which is the standard German. But if you greet someone your age, especially among younger people, Servus is used mostly. And you can also say Servus. And Servus you can also say when you're saying bye. So it's a very useful and stereotypically Austrian greeting. So the next one I want to teach you, if you study German, maybe you already know Guten Tag, which means good day, but Guten Tag, I don't know anyone in Austria who uses Guten Tag. And I'm from Upper Austria, my dialect is widely understood, so if you study those words, those will be understood in all of Austria and not just in Upper Austria. So instead of Guten Tag, we would say Grüß Gott or Grüß Gott. And Grüß Gott means literally translated greet God. And yeah, because Austria is a very Catholic country. I think they also say that in Bavaria, I think. So if you walk into a shop or a doctor's office or whatever, you would say Grüß Gott or Grüß Gott. And yeah, so greet God. And but it's not used in Germany at all, and also not in Switzerland. So this is something specifically Austrian. And if you want to be more informal, for example, if I'm walking in my village and I see someone walking on the street, I say Grüß dich or Grüß dich, which means I greet you. And if you study standard German, you would they also don't really say that, but it would be Grüß dich, that's also something specific, and that's good about Austrian dialect. We don't use that much, so our German sounds a bit softer. So if I just take a walk, or at the cashier at the supermarket, because in countries that everyone knows each other, I would just say Grüß dich. And if it's plural, you would say Grüß euch. So in standard German, it would be Ich grüße euch, which sounds so ridiculous, no one would say that ever. But in plural, you would say Grüß euch or Grüß eng. If you listen, if you hear the word eng, it's it sounds so different than the standard German euch. So you see what I mean? Two words, because eng also could mean tight, but in the context Grüß eng, the pronunciation, it means I greet you. All right. So also we say, the Germans say Guten Abend, and we don't really say that actually. We would rather say Schönen Abend, which means a beautiful evening, instead of Guten Abend. And also we don't use it that much really as a saying hi. We would say Schönen Abend rather than when you say bye to someone, okay? In the terms of I wish you a good evening. So Schönen Abend. We do say Gute Nacht, which means good night, but we don't really say gute Nacht. So they're like harsh sounding, so we would say gute Nacht. And that's also something that you maybe already realized. A lot of the words that are with A in standard German, like Abend or Nacht, we would say Abend or Nacht. So instead of the A, we use an O. So that's a significant difference in the Bavarian dialects of Austria. And yeah, so if I would say to someone like in the evening, also it's more like said like as a goodbye thing, as I would say gute Nacht, like good night, gute Nacht. What other greetings are there? Ah, yeah, that's something also like a very Austrian dialect thingy to say. Like, I don't know what, there's no equivalent of it in standard German. It's called Vierte, and Vierte means goodbye. It's like the equivalent to Grüß dich. Vierte, there's no standard word for Viert. I have to look up where that comes from. I have no clue. And Vierte means goodbye, but this is like very countryside, like people in Vienna, because people in Vienna kind of speak like a standard German, and because also like Vienna is pretty multicultural, like there's a lot of foreigners, and also the Viennese, like the older generation still speaks a dialect, the younger one it's more like a sociolect, like with a lot of Turkish and words from other languages. But it's like if you studied standard German, you will definitely understand the Viennese, but you will really struggle with someone from the countryside. Okay, anyways, yes, Vierte, so Viert eng, Viert eich means goodbye. Alright, so I think that would be like, these are the greetings for now, like I can't come up with anything else right now. So I'll repeat them. So, Servus, means hi, Servus. Grüß Gott, Grüß Gott, more formal, something you would say at work or if you go into a shop. Then Schönen Abend, which means like have a nice evening. Gute Nacht. And what was the last one? Ah, yeah, Vierte. So this one is really strange, but Vierte also means goodbye. And yeah, I think like Germans will understand it, but if you use that in German, it will be just like, yeah, from the south, those kind of people, you know. So I don't want to overwhelm you. So these are the first words you should know when you come to Austria, which is Servus, Servus, Grüß Gott, Grüß Gott, Grüß dich, Grüß euch, Gute Nacht, Schönen Abend, and Vierte. So, because I'm talking to plural people now, hopefully there's more than one person that's gonna watch this video. So, Vierte euch, and see you next time.